Heart, and today we are canning some pasta sauce. Pasta sauce. Easiest recipe in the world, okay? So, y'all stay tuned. What I have here are my 2 stock pots, okay? These are 20 quart stock pots. This one is already full, okay? I've been cutting a lot of tomatoes, but this one is maybe just a little better than half full. So I gotta go ahead and fill this all the way up. I have my fire on low already to start cooking this down on both pots because, y'all, this has to cook for a minute. Now, before I get to that part, let me tell you what this is. Easy pasta sauce recipe. No meat is going in this recipe. Now, if you wanted to add a ground turkey or ground beef or chicken or something like that, then you can do that. You would just simply cook your chicken or your ground meat first, right? Saute it all up first, and then you would add it in to your sauce. And for this 20 quart pot, if I was gonna add some meat, once this cooks down, I would probably add, if it's gonna be a thick meaty pasta sauce, between 3 and 6 pounds of ground turkey for me. You're gonna need tomatoes. I don't know how many pounds I started with. Also, so for your tomatoes, I'm gonna talk about the tomatoes that don't look so good right here. All I'm gonna do, y'all, is just cut off the top of this, but the rest of my tomato is beautiful, looks good. It's just this up here, and it's not soft or mushy, okay? But I'm just gonna cut the part off. I have a variety of tomatoes here. I have German Johnsons in here. I have Better Boys in here. I have Cherokee Purples in here. This is a mixture. And because of the variety of the tomatoes that we have, this is gonna be a deliciously flavored sauce. Yes, sir. What is it? He didn't want nothing. You're also going to need for this pasta sauce onions, bell pepper, and you can choose to use fresh garlic if you want, you know, or you can use garlic powder or dried minced garlic. You can use whichever you prefer. I'm going to use a garlic powder. Now, I'm also going to be seasoning this with just some homemade Italian seasoning, okay? Now, if you want, you can use all of the different seasonings, you know, the oregano, the basil, the rosemary. You can use those individually if you like, okay? But for me, just combining them all, it's so much easier to just make it out of your dried spices. Yeah, and if you would like to see the recipe for my Italian seasoning, I will do a separate video showing you how I put that together from the different dried herbs that I already have in my cabinet, okay? So you don't have to go out and buy Italian seasoning if you have the spices, and I will share this with you in another video, okay? So I'll be doing it. The only thing this Italian seasoning does not have in it is garlic, all right? I will be adding that completely separate because I don't have the garlic in here and I won't put it in here. I'll just add it separate, okay? If you like it spicy, you can add some cayenne pepper or some red pepper flakes, or you can chop up some jalapenos. The other spices I'm going to be using in my sauce is going to be some paprika. Now, I'm using a Hungarian paprika this time. You can use smoked paprika. I might do a mixture, who knows. Of course, I'm going to be using my garlic powder and salt. And I think that's it. Oh, I put this stuff on everything. All right, y'all. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the stems out of all the tomatoes. I have this cute little tool right here that I'm using to core the tomatoes, and be careful with this, y'all, because this thing here is really sharp and it hurts. If you get yourself with it, it does hurt, okay? And I'm just going to put this in a little waste bowl. I have a little waste bowl here. All that's going to the chickens, okay? I'm going to take this, and I'm just cutting these into like quartered pieces, right? Nothing fancy. I'm not peeling them. I'm not taking the skins off, I'm not doing any of that. I said this is going to be an easy recipe for these tomatoes, y'all. And I do mean it's going to be easy peasy, okay? And again, if I have any bad pieces on here, I just grab my little waste bowl and I'm just going to cut that off. I don't have to keep that, okay? Any bad pieces, I could just take it off, all right? Simple as that. And I'm also going to cut off that bottom right there because that don't look so good because I'm not peeling the tomatoes. Then I want to make sure the only thing that's going in the sauce is some good looking tomato, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and get all of these cut and get them all inside of my container, okay? And y'all, you might say, well, why won't you take the skins off? Well, the way I'm going to show you that I'm doing it, you'll see that I won't need to take the skins off for this, all right? And I'm just going to cut. Pawpaw in there with the grandbabies. Y'all, we got the 2-year-old grandbaby with us this time. The 2-year-old with us too. My goodness. Oh. Isn't that a beautiful tomato? Let me show y'all this. Y'all see this tomato? This tomato. Both came off the same plant. Can anybody tell me why? I believe this is at Mr. Stripey. The flavor of the Mr. Stripey tomato, it's very mild, right? It's a very mild flavor, but it's a good tomato. And although I would grow it again, I probably wouldn't grow that many plants. I probably would grow like maybe 3 of these, maybe 4, you know, just for the fact that it is a different tomato. But y'all, it tastes good though. But again, that German Johnson is what really has me. My bowl is full. And all I'm going to do now, get them in this pot right here. Okay, so because I got the fire on, it's already starting to cook down, all right? And I'm just going to add these on the top. I'm going to fill up one more bowl of tomatoes and divide it between the 2 pots here as it begins to cook down. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut up one more bowl of tomatoes, and then I'm going to divide that bowl between the 2 pots, and then we're going to start on our other vegetables. All right, bring y'all back. All right, y'all, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and add some of this to this pot here. Okay, I'm coming. To this pot here. And then I got some added to this pot here. And then all I'm going to do, you all, is I'm going to continuously come and just give this a toss, because actually it's already heating up and this is beginning to cook down already because I got the fire on a low. But I'm going to go ahead and put this on a medium low on both of them now, so they can go ahead and begin to cook down, okay? This process of cooking down is going to be about an hour, all right? Because once the liquid comes up, I'm going to let it go low and slow, okay? Just giving all of this a mix. All of these tomatoes in here are my slicers. They're not paste, they're slicers, okay? Which is why there's a ton of water in this pot. I'm going to show you. Okay, you see that? Look at all of that. That's just from the tomatoes that I put in this pot, and both of them are the same. And actually, to tell you the truth, you all, as this begins to cook down, I actually got room that I can go ahead and add in some more tomatoes, okay? I actually got room because the pot was full, but as you can see, now that I've given it a stir, I can actually add more tomatoes to this, okay? And let this continue to cook, all right? So, but what I'm going to do is I am going to probably add another bowl of tomatoes to this, but I'm going to start on my next steps as well. All right, y'all. What I'm going to do now, while this is cooking down, I am going to get my onions and my bell peppers prepared, okay? Our onions and peppers, yes, we grew them in our garden, and if you'd like to see a video on the onions, I will post it in the card somewhere so you can check that out, okay? I am doing the last of the onions, and so far I have decided not to use my food processor. I've decided to cut these onions up by hand because I felt like, I don't know why I'm rushing, because my sauce got to cook anyway, so I can take my time and do this. I ain't got to rush. Sure don't. But I'm going to go ahead and get my last cup of onion put in. And this is a rough chop on these. This is not finely diced or anything like that at all. Not at all. And so I'm going to do the last bit, okay, of these onion right here and get those in my bowl. It's approximately 5 cups of onion, all right? All right. Oops. Now we're going to move on to the bell pepper. So now I'm starting on my bell pepper, okay? And I need definitely a minimum of 2 cups of bell pepper, okay? A minimum of 2 cups of bell pepper. Now, the seeds from my bell pepper, I am saving those. And I have multiple varieties right here, but I am saving these seeds, okay? So I'm just cutting off the tops so that I can make sure I could easily access my seeds. And then I'm just putting them in this little coffee filter right here. And I just rub them off of the bell pepper. Oops. And get all of my seeds in there, okay? All right, y'all. Now we are at our first cup of bell pepper. That's cup number 1. And now I'm going to start on the second cup. And there we have it. Two cups of bell pepper. All right, y'all. 5 cups of onion, 2 cups of bell pepper. Let's get them in the pot. All right, y'all. So y'all can see how much this is cooked down, okay? Y'all can see where we started from. We started from up here, right? And now you can see how far down we have come. You can see all of the skins have broken up. And they're all inside of the sauce. See what I'm saying? See all the little skins in there? When you don't take the skins off, they roll up and they just end up in the sauce like this. But don't worry, I have a solution. You're not going to notice it, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add my 5 cups of onions and my 2 cups of bell pepper to this, okay? Get all of it out of there. We ain't leaving one onion. Not one onion. Everything coming out the bowl. And I'm just going to give that a mix around in my sauce, okay? Now, y'all, it's time to add all of my spices, okay? So now we're going to get the spices added. All right, y'all, let's start with our spices. I have my Italian seasoning here. And remember, if you'd like to see me put this together, I'll be happy to show you. But let's go ahead and get the Italian seasoning in. I'm going to add 5 tablespoons. 5 good tablespoons of this, okay? All right, but I'm doing 6 tablespoons of garlic powder. Approximately. Ooh, I done wiped out my jar. All right. Now, I'm going to add some smoked paprika. Remember I said you can use Hungarian, but I am going to go ahead and use the smoked paprika, okay? And I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of smoked paprika to this mix. Hungarian paprika is good, but that smoked paprika, y'all, is better. And I don't want to regret that later. Now I'm going to add in my Tony Chacheres, okay? And with my Tony Chacheres, you all, I'm going to add in about 5 tablespoons. It's very simple. 5 tablespoons of the Tonys. Okay. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to add in about 4 tablespoons of sugar, okay? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Lastly, I'm going to add in my salt. I'm using the pink Himalayan salt. I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of salt as well. And that's going to be plenty of salt for this, okay? But you know what? You can season it to your taste. But that's all salt I'm adding to this, all right? Grab my spoon and give this a quick stir. And my fire is on low. It's still on, but it's just on low, okay? All right, you all, what I'm going to do is use my little immersion blender. If you don't have one of these, you can also use a food processor. And what this is going to do is it's going to emulsify all of the ingredients in here, including those tomato skins, okay? All right, y'all, let's have a look at this sauce. Hopefully you could, hopefully you can see it. But just look at this sauce. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, y'all. So now that all the ingredients have been added, the spices have been added, you all, I'm going to allow this to cook covered. I'm going to allow this to cook covered for 30 more minutes, all right? And I'm going to turn it back up to a medium heat, a medium-low heat. I'm going to leave the lid ajar a bit, and we're going to let that cook for 30 minutes. Now, come over here to this one. This one has already cooked for This one has already cooked for an additional 30 minutes. So this one is ready to be jarred up. All right. Now look at this. Look at that delicious looking sauce, y'all. Just look at that. Okay, and you can see how far down this one has cooked as well. All right, y'all, it's time to get the sauce in the jars. I need my lemon juice. All right, y'all, I've already started with adding the lemon juice, now that I have it, to my quarts. I'm adding 2 tablespoons per quart. If you were doing pints, you would add 1 tablespoon. But because I'm doing quarts, I am adding 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice. It cannot be fresh lemon, okay? The acidity levels in fresh lemons vary tremendously, and we don't need any variations here. We need to make sure that our acidity level for this sauce is on point if we're going to be canning this, putting it away for future use, all right? Now I'm going to start with getting my sauce in there. Where are my bands? Oh, okay. I'm going to start with getting my sauce in there. And I got this mega ladle right here that I found at a restaurant store. And it sure does come in handy for this. I kid you not. It makes this process go so much faster than me dealing with my little old bitty ladle. Look at that. 3 scoops and I'm done. Or maybe not. All right, y'all. I'm bringing this up to a 1/2 inch head space. All right. Moving on to the next jar. There we go. That's my 1/2 inch head space. All right. Now I have my vinegar here. I don't have to debubble this, okay? I just have to make sure that my rims are clean. But I don't have to debubble this because this is a liquid, all right? So I am going to just simply wipe my rims off. You know what I mean? Make sure these rims are clean, y'all, because you don't want nothing stopping these jars from getting a good seal, okay? So I'm making sure that these babies are absolutely clean, and I need a paper towel. All right, I'm gonna grab my lids and get them on. Okay, and my bands. And I'm doing this fingertip tight. I'm not cranking down on these lids, all right? The water in my water bath canner is at a simmer. So these jars are hot. Look at that beautiful sauce. Y'all see that? Y'all see that jar full of deliciousness? Get these in the canner. All right. I'm going to grab some more jars and we're going to wrap it up. All right. I grabbed all 4. These jars are hot. They have been hanging out in my oven, which is set at 230 degrees. And they've been hanging out there waiting on me. Last one. Oops, and I'm going to let it go. My rack is lowered inside of the water. Make sure that that water covers your jars by a minimum of 1 inch, okay? 1 inch. If you're not sure what that is, you can use your head spacing tool, all right? Once these have processed for 40 minutes, I got a shadow on my face. Me and my brother was just talking about that. But anyway, once these quarts have processed for 40 minutes, you all, boiling water for 40 minutes, I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to show you the finished product of my sauce. This canner only holds 7 quarts. I can use my pressure canner. I can use this beautiful steam canner that one of our subscribers sent to us. She sent us some beautiful stuff, y'all. Beautiful stuff. And I'm going to share with you what she sent to us in another video, because I am going to use it in that video. But to get quick sauce done, I didn't use any special tools. But she sent us a steam canner. And everybody knows how skeptical I am about those canners, but I'm gonna try. Old habits die hard. I'm just so used to this water bath. I am, this boiling water. But with the steam canner, you don't need all of this water, right? So, for all of you who have steam canners, maybe some of you have had them a while, please post in the comment section down below. I would love for you to ease my mind about using those steam canners to process your high acid foods, okay? But anyway, you all, we're not quite boiling yet, but I'm going to bring y'all back in 40 minutes and we will look at the finished product. For all of the newbies, I just wanted to show you what this looks like. Can you see that water in there? That is a rolling boil, okay? And that's what you want this to do, be at a rolling boil. So now you all, I'm going to start my timer for 40 minutes, okay? Okay, 40 minutes is on the clock. I'll bring y'all back once this 40 minutes is done. All right, y'all. The jars are done. And it's been 40 minutes. I've already taken the lid off and I allowed them to just sit just like this for 5 minutes, okay? So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and take them out and get them set on the counter here. Now look at that. So far, that's my first 7 quarts. I have 7 quarts I've already put together. I did it about maybe 10 minutes before these were coming out of the oven. I started on my next 7 and I popped them in this oven. They've probably been in there about 2 or 3 minutes now. So now all I'm getting ready to do is just add them to this pot and process them for 40 minutes. It's late, y'all. But I gotta keep going until this is done because my sauce is hot and I gotta wrap it up, okay? So let me show you the finished product, but I still got more sauce to get in this canner. All right, y'all, this is my final, this is my first 7 quarts. First 7 out of the canner, you all. And I have to tell you, they look so good and they taste good, y'all. It is absolutely delicious, this pasta sauce. If you decide to make this recipe, you all, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's a very quick and easy method to get your tomatoes in the pot without having to kind of like do all of the blanching and peeling and all of that. This is a very simple way to get your sauce done. And if you find any little peels in the jar, if it doesn't bother you, then it doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother my family. We're okay with it, right? It doesn't bother us. But if I have time, I would actually go through the process of getting the peels and everything off, okay? But nope, didn't have time. I had a ton of tomatoes to do. Still got more, and I'm still getting them in the canner. All right? So y'all, that's the pasta sauce. All right, y'all, that is going to do it for this evening. All of my pasta sauce is done. I'm about to pop the next 7 quarts in that canner and get them going, okay? It's late, but I still got to get this done, y'all. And I got a big old mess to clean up. Yes. But I'm going to get it all done tonight. I will be done with this. I don't want to deal with this sauce in the morning. I got other things I need to be canning too, okay? All right, y'all, that's going to do it. If you are not growing your own groceries, if you're not growing your own tomatoes, find a local grower. Go to your local farmer's market and purchase your produce. If you can't grow it, then just go and purchase it from a local grower and get yourself some good produce, y'all. And you can still do the same thing, okay? You can go and buy it, bring it back, and process this and put it on your shelf and season it the way you want to season it, okay? All right, y'all, that's going to do it for tonight's video. I have been busy all day. I was intending to edit a video and get it up earlier today, but I just couldn't find a moment to stop and get over there and get it done. I have been so busy, y'all. So I'm gonna try to get this video up in the morning because I got a lot to. What is he barking at? Who knows? Okay, bud, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. All right, y'all, that is going to do it for tonight's video. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and give our video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we upload to our channel. Thank you all again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. I'm going to see you in the next canning video. The only thing I can tell you, if you follow my recipe, before you taste it, make sure nobody's around, okay? I wouldn't want you to inadvertently slap somebody